Hey, my name is Mike. I'm an AI enablement engineer here at Bitovi, and today I want to talk to you about using the web browser in VS Code with GitHub Copilot. So this is actually one of the newest and kind of, in my opinion, coolest things you can do with Copilot, especially if you're a front-end developer and you're working with websites. You can actually have a browser open up directly in VS Code, and then Copilot can inspect and interact with that browser directly. So we're going to take a look at kind of how that works, and we'll get you wired up with a basic workflow. And the first thing I want to point out is down here in the chat window, there's this configure tools button. So this is going to give us a list of all the tools that Copilot has access to. And there's some built-in tools, and then there's also tools for any like MCP servers that you have wired up. In this case, let's take a look at the built-ins. Now, there's one tool in particular, or I should say one collection of tools, which is these browser tools. And these give you the ability to have Copilot like use a web browser. So there's all sorts of things in here. It can click elements, drag elements, read pages, open pages, all sorts of different stuff. So this is what we're going to be exploring today. Now, over here, I have like a little web app. This is just kind of a React app, and it's like a to-do list. So I can run this app and like start it up. So I'll just run the dev server. And now what we can do is ask Copilot to open this. So there should be a tool here for open a browser page. Now you don't have to like reference this directly, but we could just ask Copilot to open this, and it'll actually open it directly inside of VS Code. So this will open in like a new tab. Now you can open up localhost pages, or you could also open up just any page from just the public internet as well. So you can see here we have this to-do list, and I can just kind of add to-do items, etc. Now, once this is open, Copilot can see what's going on in this page. Now, if you're familiar with a technology called Playwright, Playwright is like it's a tech for being able to run like end-to-end tests, so you can programmatically interact with a web page. Now, that's kind of what's being used under the hood here. So if we go back to this tools pane, you'll see here there's this like run Playwright code tool. So this is all wired up with Playwright if you've ever used that. But there's like kind of a nice interface that we can use. So over here, we could just ask Copilot, like, describe what's on the page. And what it should be able to do is inspect the code for the page, like directly from the DOM, and then it should also be able to take a screenshot. So you can see here it was able to read kind of all of this information. Now we can ask it to take a screenshot, and I think there is a screenshot tool as well. Again, you don't need to directly reference this, but we could say like, what's the color scheme? And then it can take a screenshot and then actually view the colors directly from there and tell us. So you can see here, it just has like, this is the screenshot that it took, and then it can see what's there. So it's a really good way for having Copilot be able to just get information about what's on the page, right? So if you're working on a front end, you can have Copilot be able to see the changes that you're making, or just look at the app and then suggest new changes or things that might look off. So this is really useful. Another thing you can do as well is use these tools that are up here. So you can add like a specific element to the chat. So if I wanted to, I could, like, for example, I could click on this input, and then we might ask Copilot to change the placeholder. So we can have it change it from what needs to be done to new to do. And now it knows the element's screenshot, so it should be able to identify where in the code that's coming from, and then it can make the change, and then that'll get automatically updated here because I have my little web server running. So this is a really nice flow. Again, to be able to add visual context to the chat window, like instead of having to like search through my code and find the the input component, instead I can just reference it directly using this tool, and then it gets attached as part of the context for the chat. There's a couple other tools here as well. Like this one adds console logs to the chat. So you can also open up the console here. This is like the developer tools. So if you have Copilot add console logs to the app, then you can add those directly as part of the context. This is really good for debugging. So I could have Copilot like add console logs whenever we toggle a to-do. And so we can have Copilot add targeted logs whenever a certain action is performed. and then it'll get logged here to the browser, and then we can have Copilot read those logs. So you can see here, in order to do that, it's taking a little screenshot. Now it's going to add the console logs. So when I toggle these, those get added, and then we can add them directly as context. So we can say, what do the logs say? And then it can read those. So again, you can imagine if you're trying to debug a specific scenario, you can have Copilot log out like specific values, and then it'll be able to read those. Now, the last thing I want to show you is really powerful. So this gives Copilot the ability to essentially like automate the browser. Now, there's two ways you can do this. So first, you can just tell it to do something, and it should be able to figure it out. So I could say, add a new to-do called take out trash. Now, just by giving it a plain text description, it can use all of these browser tools in order to do that. And so it's running the dev server. Now it's going to actually type into the input field here, take out the trash. Then it'll click the add button, and then that new to-do gets added down here. So Copilot's smart enough to be able to actually interact with the user interface of your page. So you can just give it like plain text prompts and it can do things. Another thing you can do as well is have it write Playwright code. Now, Playwright, again, is a technology that's used to automate browsers. This is used to like run automated tests, essentially like end-to-end tests. So I can say write a Playwright test and run it in the browser for adding a new to-do. So this is just like another way that you can do this. But in this case, it'll write Playwright code. So there's this like run Playwright code tool here. So we'll reference that. And so now it'll write Playwright code. So it'll generate like an end-to-end test for us, and then it can run that on the browser. This is good if you want to have like reusable tests. So in this case, it wrote out some Playwright code. This is just for automating the browser, and then it'll go ahead and run that. This is also a lot faster than having Copilot manually click through things. So it's just kind of another way to do it, and then we get the same to do. All right, so this functionality, like being able to run the browser directly from VS Code, super powerful. Definitely something that you want to play around with, but it's kind of a game changer for debugging workflows, and especially too if you're not a developer, if you have like designers or non-developers on your team. It's a really good way for them to be able to come in and just like click around in the app and be able to vibe code. So definitely something worth exploring if you are kind of into vibe coding or you want to teach people how to do that. So look, Bitovi, we are constantly doing stuff like this. I actually just ran a debugging workshop, and this is part of it. There's like some really cool workflows that we go through for doing exactly this. So if you're interested in learning more or just getting some personalized training for your company, check out the link in the description below. We're always looking to connect with people. But otherwise, that's going to do it for me. Thanks for watching, and keep innovating.